As a result of massive pollution, climates all over the world have been changed, and people are facing lots of problems like climate change. Biodiversity loss and natural resource use have long-term implications which require long-term policy solutions. To make people aware about the strategic decisions, one must try to anticipate what lies ahead and grasp ongoing, emerging and latest development, leading to cleaner environment. A step towards clean environment is adopting cleaner production or cleaner technology. Cleaner production or CP is a holistic proactive approach to end-of-pipe treatment that is applied to the entire production cycle to increase productivity by ensuring a more efficient use of raw material, energy and water to promote better environmental performance through pollution reduction at source. Cleaner production is the improvement in operational processes to make more efficient use of inputs such as raw materials, water, and power along a company's value chain. On a broader scale, cleaner production can help to reduce the problems like solid, liquid, and gaseous emission by doing efficient manufacturing practices. In this context, waste is considered as a product which can be used as a raw material to other industry. Gujarat Cleaner Production Centre or GCPC has been established by Industries and Mines Department, Government of Gujarat. With technical guidance of United Nations Industrial Development Organization and since 1998, the centre is actively engaged in the promotion of cleaner production or CP, clean technology or CT through its various activities such as orientation, awareness programs, CP assessment projects, CP demonstration projects, CP dissemination program, etc. GCPC is a regular member of RECP, Resource Efficiency and Cleaner Production Network of UNEDO, and also GCPC is a regular member of Climate Technology Center and Network, a working arm of UNFCCC of UNEP. Gujarat Cleaner Production Centre is an environmental information system centre working on cleaner production and technology since the year 2003 under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India. Environmental Information System Centre focal point ensures integration of national efforts in environmental information collection, collation, storage, retrieval and dissemination to all concerned. Contributions of GCPC over the years towards promotion of CP, CT in the state of Gujarat to improve the productivity and reduce the environmental problems faced by SMEs have been significant. Re-rolling industry is an inseparable part of the Indian industrial sector. Its contribution to the growth of state as well as the nation is noteworthy. The success stories are many, but the sector has still a long way to pass through for achieving a sustainable growth. The re-rolling industry has played a key role in the development of infrastructure, housing, and industrial development of the country in the past 50 years. India has approximately 1,800 re-rolling mills. Steel re-rolling mill industry in Gujarat has been in existence for over 50 years. The first re-rolling unit in Gujarat was set up in 1948 at Bhavnagar. There were 74 re-rolling mills in Gujarat in the year 1981. This activity spread over two major re-rolling clusters in the state, that is Bhavnagar and Ahmedabad. The major concern of the re-rolling industry is the slag generated in the process. A major part of it is disposed of in the landfill. The acid used in one of the process in the sector produces huge amount of sludge, so there is a need to introduce acid regeneration technique to decrease the environmental load. With that, emissions of pollutants to air in reheating of furnace and heat losses from the furnace is a cause of concern. Also, emissions including suspended particulate matter, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen and carbon dioxide from induction furnace are equally harmful to the environment and the human health. Unskilled labor and no standard operating procedure for the process are some other major areas to focus on. Since the beginning of the sector, there is no route still established for the atomization, as the scale of operation is less as compared to the other sector. Hence, there is a need of implementation of CP techniques which can reduce the waste generation in the process and can help saving a handsome amount of capital, ultimately benefiting manufacturers as well as nature. Fetching the need to eradicate these environmental issues in the sector, the Department of Forests and Environment, Government of Gujarat, assigned a project on cleaner production assessment in re-rolling mill sector to GCPC to reduce the load of emission from this sector. Under this, 5 rolling mills were identified from different industrial clusters like Odhav, Vatwa, GVMM and Kalol, with varieties of products practicing hot or cold rolling. In this 5 rolling mills, detailed RECP assessment was conducted by GCPC. Major project objectives include to perform cost saving through reduced wastage of both energy and materials, to improve operating efficiency of the plant, to recover waste materials, to build capacity of re-rolling industrial floor personnel. Rolling industries are generally classified on the basis of the temperature for rolling. Hot rolling mills. In these mills, rolling is done above the recrystallization temperature of the metal. Hot rolling process can be done during the uniform working temperatures. Hot rolling is used to break down the blocks into billets and blooms. From that, it transfers the material to produce new products like sheets, plastics. Hot rolling is done at the high temperature ranges only to develop the large deformation. It results to stress-free products. Cold rolling mills. In these mills, rolling is done below the recrystallization temperature of the metal. Rolling in these mills, which is normally done at the room temperature, increases the strength of the metal through strain hardening. It improves surface finish and holds tighter tolerance when compared with hot rolling. Process for any rolling industry. Raw material of cold rolling process is the product of hot rolling mills. Stainless steel sheets from hot rolling process having a thickness of 1.5 mm approximately, which is then rolled to reduce the thickness to 0.67 mm. Annealing process. The sheets obtained from the hot rolling process is sent to annealing furnace of cold rolling, which is flat and holds a temperature of about 1000 to 1200 degrees Celsius. The main purpose of annealing is that it removes the hardness present in the sheet. As soon as the sheet comes from the other end, the sheet reacts with the atmospheric oxygen. After that, carbon dust or process dust is generated on the surface of the sheet. Acid pickling. This process contains sulfuric acid, nitric acid and hydrofluoric acid. The sheet, after being annealed, is dipped into the first tank sulfuric acid and water. This removes 80% of carbon present on the sheet. Then, in the next tank, discarded acid and hydrofluoric acid is present. Continuous manual agitation is provided so as to remove the remaining percentage of carbon and get a shiny surface on the sheets. The last bath involves 40% hydrofluoric acid, 60% nitric acid, and 98% sulfuric acid. This slot is the fresh combination of acid. After the last dip in the mixture of acid, the sheets are rinsed with water. Rolling. This is done so as to reduce the thickness of the sheet. Annealing. The sheets which are rolled in the rolling mills are annealed to further increase in its strength and hardness and to further elongate it. Re-rolling. The sheets obtained after the annealing process are further rolled sheet level machine. The sheets are then passed through the sheet level machine where the sheets are leveled up to maintain uniformity. Packing. The final placement of items or packages patta patti in exterior shipping containers or other media, including necessary blocking. The raw effluent, which is the mixture of wastewater and acidic impurities from the pickling tank, is sent to the effluent treatment plant for neutralization process. Cleaner production is a creation of a truly sustainable economy. It is a forward-looking, anticipate and prevent philosophy. To achieve this, a systematic CP methodology is prepared to build a roadmap. Out of this, the first step includes forming a CP team and identifying the waste streams. The waste identified under this sector based on the process includes types of waste generated: annealing, process dust, amount of dust generated 2.5 to 3% of input batch per day approximately, and heat losses, pickling, spillage loss. It is the spillage loss during the dipping the sheet in and taking it out of the pickling tank. Amount of acidic water loss approximately is 3 KLD mixture with acid. After performing the certain number of operation of cleaning the sheets, the reactivity of the acidic solution decreases, so the less reactive solution is of no use for further cleaning. Effluent treatment process. The acidic solution containing different concentration of waste acid is neutralized by treating it with the lime in the effluent treatment plant. Due to this, solid waste is generated in large amount. The sludge is sent to the TSDF site. Amount of gypsum waste generated 1200 to 1400 kg per day approximately. Air emissions from annealing furnace. As per the RECP methodology, GCPC team under the guidance of Dr. Bharat Jain, Member Secretary GCPC along with the support of technical team from individual industries, has conducted detailed assessment covering type of waste generation with its quantification, covering other environmental issues associated with the selected rolling units from Gujarat.
As a part of RECP Center, we are trying that more and more different type of sectors of industries should approach to us, and we do a very success stories. Under this project by Forest and Environment Department of State Government, and this time we have selected very important sector of re-rolling industries. As per my information, across the state we have got about 1000 such industries clustered at Bhavnagar, at Odhav and at Chhatral. And we have selected 5 industries where we have conducted detailed RECP assessment, including energy assessment as well. We found out that there are certain issues like their emissions, the dust, the solid waste disposal and even acid disposal, and there is a scope of electric assessment as well. So we involved our RECP team from the CP center, and also we have taken support of one energy expert outsourcing, and we have come out with a number of very good suggestions, wherein this though an important sector but being neglected, how best we can address these environmental issues, which includes some sort of saving also if they go for, particularly in acid regeneration, because acid, though it was considered as a waste, and now we'll see that how best we can recycle and reuse. Also how best these industries can be converted into more energy efficient, and with simple tools and simple investment or little investment here and there, they can also go for the energy and water conservations. As we know that our industrial policy do have some provision for 35 lakhs support to the limit of 35%. We'll see that even these industries, if they want to implement, we can also support them for getting this reimbursement from the state government, and there is a very good scope, and I am sure that they will get benefit out of our RECP.
हेलो, मैं मोनिका उद्योग से मदन बंसाली। हम स्टेनलेस स्टील शीट्स मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं और हम पिछले कई टाइम से जीसीपीसी के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, जिसमें हम एसिड और फर्नेस और हाउसकीपिंग और पावर के ऊपर हम नया इनोवेशन और नई कैसे उसको हम ऑप्टिमाइजेशन करें, सुधार करें यूजेस में, और नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को कैसे कम करें, उसके ऊपर हम जीसीपीसी के साथ जुड़े हैं और काफ़ी अलग अलग मायने में हमसे काफ़ी उनसे मदद मिल रही है।
Electricity is the other major point in the industry. We use motor of 250 HP and many motors of 50 and 70 HP, and we don't know which motors are good. So greener product will help in getting this audit, electric audit done, and वो हमें ये भी बताया जाएगा कि भाई कौन सी मोटर कमज़ोर है या कहाँ नई टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करनी चाहिए। मे भी कुछ ड्राइव्स आजकल आ गई हैं दैट कैन बी हेल्पफुल। अगेन वी कैन कन्वर्ट अवर सेल्फ टू सोलर पावर ऑल्सो।
क्लीनर प्रोडक्शन के बारे में गुजरात गवर्नमेंट ये जो मुहिम चला रही है, उसके बारे में उद्योग भवन से हमारा कांटेक्ट किया गया था और इसके बारे में हमारे एसोसिएशन में इसकी एक जानकारी के लिए मीटिंग रखी गई थी, जिसमें हमें बताया गया कि क्लीनर प्रोडक्शन क्या होता है। और हमें खुशी है कि हम इस मुहिम में सरकार के साथ में जुड़ रहे हैं और हम हमारे ओर से हम जितना भी कर सके इतना करने की कोशिश करेंगे। जो हम पानी भी इस्तेमाल करते हैं वो पानी में भी हम कैसे कटौती लाए, इसके बारे में भी हमें काफ़ी जानकारी जीसीपीसी से मिली है और हम हमारी फैक्ट्रियों में इसका कैसे इस्तेमाल किया जाए और देश का पानी कैसे बचाया जाए, ये मुहिम में भी जुड़ जाएंगे।
I am very delighted to come across GCPC, which is promoting cleaner production, and it is constantly endeavoring the reducing and reuse of the resources.
After the detailed RECP assessment, number of RECP opportunities have been identified, which will reduce the amount of waste generation by implementing good housekeeping, technology change, equipment modification, recycle and reuse. Process dust. The process dust generated from the process of annealing contains large amount of carbon, which is disposed to landfill site. This process dust can be reused in brick making, paver block, and it can be a replacement of sand in concrete mixture. Industry has to apply under Rule 9 for reuse of this hazardous waste in brick making. Process dust contains oxides of iron, which are useful for making bricks as it contains less than 7% by weight of iron oxide as raw material. Apart from brick making, process dust can be also used for making paver block by mixing sand with the process dust to increase compressive strength of paver block. The process dust from annealing furnace can be used in sinter plant or for making iron briquettes. Use of iron slag as partial replacement of sand to concrete, which will increase strength characteristics of the concrete mixture. This will also lead to financial benefits as the cost of transportation of processed dust along with the packaging charges can be saved. Change of fuel. Due to high toxic characteristic of carbon black feedstock and high risk of SOx, NOx emission, adopting CNG or compressed natural gas in reheating furnaces will not only improve the efficiency levels but also help to maintain specific energy consumption within the standard limit. Along with that, it will reduce the risk of SOx emissions. Hence, replacement of fuel will not only save workers' health but will also leave a good shine on the surface of the sheets. CNG has the highest calorific value as compared to CBFS, carbon black feedstock or furnace oil. Need of quenching. In the cooling or quenching process, the forming tool remains closed for a certain amount of time until the part is cooled down from approximately 900 degrees Celsius to below 400 degrees Celsius. Cooling enables the steel material to harden so that the finished sheet metal part has a good final strength. Recuperator. The heat loss from furnace walls and material discharge doors is about 3 to 5%. The quantity of heat taken away from a reheating furnace by high temperature flue gases is quite large. The energy saving potential with high efficiency recuperator is about 20% to 27% with a simple payback period of 12 to 16 months. Use of VSD. The quantum of waste heat generation is directly proportional to the quantity of air used for combustion of fuel. VSD can be applied to save energy. Controlling oxygen levels and using variable speed drives on combustion air fans associated with reheating furnaces helps in optimizing combustion in the furnace. The estimated energy saving is 4% to 9% of thermal energy. Installation of dryers. The sludge produced from ETP is currently sent to disposal site and not reused. The composition of sludge includes percentage of moisture on higher side, due to which it is not used in the cement industry. Also, this sludge cannot be used in excavation site as it will lead to corrosion and will also provide a base for growth of termites, for which solar sludge dryer can be adopted. Also, rotary drum dryer can be used to remove moisture at individual industry level. Advantages of solar sludge system. Continuous sludge input is possible. Uses sun as an energy source instead of electricity. The cost of disposal is reduced by 75 to 80%. Acid regeneration system. For the pickling process, the mixtures of different acid are used for cleaning of the sheets. After some time, the reactivity of the acid decreases due to the continuous cleaning of the steel sheets. Therefore, the batch acid mixtures will not be reused due to its lower activity. So, regeneration of acid mixtures can be done to again reuse this acid. The benefit of using this process is to prevent the solid waste sludge generation by using lime neutralization process. 75% to 80% saving in consumption of lime. On daily basis, 2000 liters of fresh water can be saved. 75 to 80% reduction in generation of lime sludge. Disposal cost can be avoided. Installation of closed-loop pickling tanks. Open pickling tanks generate irritating acid fumes in pickling section, which cause corrosive environment in the working area and also affect the health of the workers working in the pickling section. So, to overcome this problem, the installation of closed-loop pickling tank is suggested. Along with that, continuous closed-loop systems can also be installed, which can provide continuous chain for the pickling process, avoiding spillage and cutting off the handling losses. Sludge from ETP. Generally, 40 ton of sludge is generated every month from the industry. This sludge can be used as a raw material in cement industry. Gypsum plays a very important role in controlling the rate of hardening of the cement. Major issues faced by the rolling mills while interlinking with the cement industry is the high content of moisture. For that, rotary drum dryer or solar sludge dryer can be installed, and then the sludge can be easily reutilized by the cement industry. Variable voltage variable frequency (VVVF) drive. It is a type of adjustable speed drive used in electromechanical drive systems to control AC motor speed and torque by varying motor input frequency and voltage. The probable investment of VVVF drive includes up to 5 lakh rupees, leading to savings in specific power consumption by 2 to 3%, with a payback of less than 6 months. Universal spindles and couplings. In rolling mills, spindles and couplings are used for transmitting power to the rolls from mill drives or motors. The probable investment of universal spindles and couplings includes up to 10 to 15 lakh rupees, leading to savings in specific power consumption by 5 to 8%, with a payback of less than 1 year. This will also lead to reduction in CO2 emissions by 5 to 10%. Anti-friction roller bearings. Basic purpose of bearing in rolling mills is to provide a frictionless support and guide a rotating machine part. The probable investment of anti-friction roller bearings includes up to 3 to 6 lakh rupees, leading to savings in specific power consumption by 3 to 5%. With a payback of less than a year, this will also lead to reduction in CO2 emissions by 3 to 5%. Also, the mill utilization will go up by 5%. Installation of tilting table. Installation of tilting table towards the entry side and delivery side of passes between top roll and mid rolls ensures smooth guided entry of metal to the passes and also eliminates the manual lifting, feeding of the rolling stock. So the mill utilization will go up by 5 to 10%. Installation of the same can reduce approximately 3 to 4 skilled manpower. Oxy-fuel combustion system. Oxy-fuel burners use pure oxygen, thus reducing the nitrogen component of combustion air and hence reducing sensible heat loss by reduced volume of flue gas. This will also lead to reduction in CO2 emissions by 30 to 35%, savings in specific power consumption by 30 to 35%. The general CP options like housekeeping, installation of dustbins to use reflective paints in the offices so as to save electricity, proper drinking water facility for workers. Safety. Use of gloves, safety shoes. Noise pollution level in the rolling industry is high. Hence, it is a safe gesture to always wear earplugs. Fire extinguishers. Safety glasses in pickling area. Rest room for workers. Apart from RECP options, the RECP assessment also includes the general tips for energy conservation, containing two major utilities, thermal and electrical. Thermal utilities. Boilers. Preheat combustion air with waste heat. Inspect oil heaters for proper oil temperature. Electrical utilities. Electricity distribution system. Optimize the tariff structure with utility supplier. Minimize maximum demand by tripping loads through a demand controller. Motors. Properly size to the load with optimum efficiency. Use synchronous motors to improve power factor. Check for undervoltage and overvoltage conditions. Drives. Use variable speed drives for large variable loads. Use high efficiency gear sets. Fans. Avoid poor flow distribution at the fan inlet. Minimize fan inlet and outlet obstructions. Blowers. Use smooth, well-rounded air inlet ducts or cones for air intakes. Minimize blower inlet and outlet obstructions. Pumps. Operate pumping near best efficiency point. Modify pumping to minimize throttling. Lighting. DG sets. Overall achievement. After conducting successful RECP assessment in re-rolling mills, possibilities of reduction in water consumption and in-air emission, which will ultimately result in reducing pollution load. Resources savings by performing resource optimization, recovery of waste material, conservation of energy by making energy efficient process, improvement in the productivity and quality, reduction in the health and safety hazards to the workers, skill development of the floor, technical personnel of industries, replication of the results in other industries by preparing guideline for cleaner production in re-rolling sector.